The South African government, which includes the parties who are in coalition government with the African National Congress and other smaller parties, are completely out of touch and not on the same page with South Africans on the issue of immigration and border security. This is something that is very frustrating for many South Africans. The news coming out of South Africa is that they just recently passed a bill, which is called the Immigration Amendment Bill, which was proposed by the Democratic Alliance, as it turns out, and has now passed Parliament and now is going to the National Council of Provinces for some reconciliation and before it goes before the President to be signed. And some of the things that this bill does is that it allegedly it is intended to prevent arbitrarily arrest and holding of illegal aliens, number one. And number two, it is allegedly supposed to provide illegal aliens with the right to dispute or to challenge their detention. And number three, apparently it's also intended to enshrine into law the right of illegal aliens to have legal representation. And then fourthly, we are told that one of the things that this bill is intended to achieve is to provide a criteria of deportation which they call it must be in the interest of justice. All of to deport an alien from South Africa. This is to say, all of these things that they are doing, basically, is they are giving illegal aliens in South Africa more and more rights. And they are already taking away from South Africans in terms of resources for schools, for healthcare, and for jobs. And for me, the question that I'm asking myself is that who do these people represent? Do they represent South Africans or do they represent illegal aliens? Because not a single one of these parties is seemingly on the side of South Africans. We are actually now in a place where relations between South Africans and illegal aliens are boiling over and they might actually result in violence. And the government is seemingly unbothered by this. And it's not just that it's the African National Congress that is unbothered by this, the Democratic Alliance as well. I know that many of you who watch my videos, you seem to think that the Democratic Alliance is beyond reproach and they are flawless. On many issues of policy, they are clueless. On the issue of illegal immigration, they are on the side of aliens as opposed to be on the side of South Africans. This is a bill that was introduced by the Democratic Alliance. The Democratic Alliance has a minister who is responsible for Home Affairs. Not once has this guy proposed anything that's going to result in safer borders. But what he has proposed in giving illegal aliens more rights. The question for me is, who are they representing? None of these people can come together and come up with a solution of securing our borders. But every single one of them can vote for giving aliens more rights. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. This is, I think, as a South African, this is one of the things that make me feel like, you know what, I'm becoming less and less attached to South Africa because I cannot be party to this bullshit, to be honest. I cannot be party to a country that refuses to put its citizens first, a country that continuously takes its people for granted, a country that continuously puts illegal aliens and their interests ahead of the citizens. And it has become very clear to me that it's not just the government in terms of the executive and the legislature that is out of step with South Africans. It is also the judiciary, which repeatedly issues rulings that majority of South Africans disagree with. And if our courts in South Africa continue to issue rulings that majority of South Africans can't get behind, then the question for me is that, are our institutions legitimate? And here the issue of legitimacy is not whether they are bought for or not. It's a matter of saying that if you are not in tune with the people that you are representing, there is a question of legitimacy. There's a question of legitimacy with the issue of parliament. There's a question of legitimacy when it comes to the issue of the executive and the judiciary as well. And it seems to me that not a single of these branches of government is concerned about the fact that everything that they are doing is not in line with the wishes of South Africans. There have been instances in the past couple of months in South Africa where citizens have been preventing illegal aliens from accessing publicly funded resources like clinics. And not a single one of these political parties have come up and said that they support, they understand, or that they even understand why South Africans are doing this. Every single one of them, they come out and they condemn South Africans. The question is that who are they representing? You have the executive sending police officers to arrest South Africans who are doing government's job. Instead of arresting illegals, they're arresting South Africans. This brings me to a point where I'm saying that I can see myself slowly and surely being detached from South Africa because I don't recognize this country. I don't recognize it at all. And it seems to me that there's nothing for me. There's nothing for me in South Africa. I can't be associated with a country that doesn't put its people first. I can't be associated with a country that does not even attempt to put its people first. And it's not just it's an ANC issue, it's a Democratic Alliance issue. These are the people who are running home affairs. These are the people who are suggesting policies and bills that have been passed into law that are not putting South Africans first, but are putting illegals first. And I can't be party to that crap and that bullshit. I can't. And every time, and it's not just the executive and parliament and the judiciary, it's including institutions like the South African Human Rights Commission, where it seems that each and every one of their opinions, whenever there's a dispute between South Africans and illegals, they are always siding with illegals. Then the question is that if South Africans can't have their rights being protected and defended in their native nation, where can they actually get that from? And many of our people don't have the option of leaving South Africa or going elsewhere, whether it's Europe or the Middle East or Asia. They don't have any of that option. And it's been 30 years where there's an erosion of our rights, an erosion of our privileges as South Africans, and everything has just been handed to illegals. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm not even trying to understand it now. The only thing for me that I think makes sense is to just dissociate myself from South Africa and not even think of myself as South African, because there's nothing for me there. There's really nothing for me at all. Like when I look at South Africa, I don't recognize it at all. I don't recognize what the hell is going on. I don't recognize um, the rulings that comes out of these courts, constitutional courts. the rulings that come out of the South African Human Rights Commission. I don't understand these laws that are passed into law. There's nothing to me that makes me feel like, you know what, this is a place that I would like to be. This is a place that I would like to build my life in. This is a place that I'll be proud to say I am. It's actually quite frustrating. It's really quite frustrating. Let me know if you're a South African. What do you make of that? Um, what are your opinions of that stuff?